Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. I hope you're having a wonderful day out there because I'm still pissed as hell that we're constantly getting movie delays. We're going to be talking about that along with other movie news like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre getting picked up by Netflix. We have a release date on the new Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie that Disney's making. The Flash movie continuing to get stuffed with characters after characters. So I'm going to need you guys to give me your opinions with everything we discuss here today. What got you excited? What don't you care about? It's not a side flick unless you're having your voice heard, but also don't be forgetting to hit that like button, subscribing if you want more great movie content headed your way. Alright, now we could start off talking about them movie delays, but let's start off on a bit of a high note before we get down and dirty. We got a couple new trailers that were just released that I think are worth talking about and diving into, whether they're trash or treasure, because as you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. First one off here, we finally have the trailer for Netflix's biggest movie that they've ever made, or at least their most expensive film, titled Red Notice, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot. Now, Netflix has always been up and down with their movie game, but when you have stars like Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot in your film, this better be a great film. And you know what? The trailer does make it seem like a lot of fun. From the looks of it, Dwayne Johnson is this investigator who hunts down people who are on the most wanted list, one of them including Ryan Reynolds. But when he attempts to go after Gal Gadot, he finds himself stumped and not able to capture her, enlisting the help of Ryan Reynolds, a once thief, to try and get her. Now, like I said, it looks like a lot of fun, could be a great movie, but I felt the same way about the trailers for like Six Underground and other big budget Netflix movies, so I hope this one doesn't burn me. But for now, I'm gonna give it a treasure. Then we were also just revealed the trailer for Roland Emmerich's new movie, and man, I don't know what's going on, but somebody needs to check up on Roland Emmerich, because if you don't know, this director is just famous for making disaster movies where the world is gonna end. And in his latest world-ending disaster movie titled Moonfall, Patrick Wilson, Michael Pena, in a world where the moon is falling out of its orbit and crashing into Earth, people of Earth must band together to save it How do you stop the moon falling on the Earth? But aside from that, it looks like they pumped in some real money into this movie. Like, this thing looks pretty expensive and some of the special effects don't look all that bad. Right now it has a release date of February 4th, 2022. Don't really know if it's gonna be a good movie, but I gotta say, visuals are impressing me. I do like this cast. Why not watch the world end when it's currently burning around us? Let me know what you guys thought of those two trailers, and would you be checking any of those movies out? Alright, now let's get into some of the depressing stuff, because we just got a whole bunch of movies that were delayed again. These are mainly Paramount movies. That studio for some reason decided to come out and said, hey, all the movies we have coming up, they're gonna be delayed, and here's their new dates. So starting off here, we have Tom Cruise's Top Gun Maverick that was gonna be released November 19, 2021 this year, but now is being pushed back to May 27th, 2022. That really sucks. I know a lot of people were looking forward to that movie. Mission Impossible 7, another Tom Cruise movie I was really looking forward to. Instead of watching it May 27th, 2022, it'll now be coming out September 30th, 2022. I was really hoping for that to be a fun summer movie to get back into the Mission Impossible world, but now I have to wait all the way to the fall for it. Jackass Forever, which I'm sure is someone's most anticipated movie, instead of being released October 22nd, 2021, it is now going all the way to February 4th, 2022. So Jackass will be going right up against Moonfall. Now, the one thing I do want to mention about this, since they all seem to be Paramount movies, they had no mention whatsoever about Scream 5 getting delayed as of right now. That still has the January 14, 2022 release date. So it feels like Paramount is still feeling strong on releasing that movie. I just think it's kind of wild they haven't released a trailer yet, since we're already past that 6-month mark, and that's usually when they should release it. But obviously with these delayed movies, they're seeing how the world is right now, what's changing, if things are viable. But make no mistake, before Halloween Kills comes out in October, which is 100% for sure guaranteed thing, at least according to Jason Blum, we will get a Scream teaser or trailer playing before that movie. It would just be dumb marketing if you don't release a trailer for a slasher movie in front of one of the biggest slasher franchises going on right now. Aside from Paramount, we also got another delay for Ghostbusters Afterlife, but this one isn't all that big of a deal since they saw an open release date where the movie Top Gun Maverick just went ahead and moved away from. Ghostbusters Afterlife decided to delay itself 1 week to then release on November 19th. So okay, I'm not gonna get too mad about that. At least I'm still getting my Ghostbuster movie this year because I need that. The final thing I'll say about these delays delays because I know people are still worried about movies like Venom Let There Be Carnage or Spider-Man No Way Home. Come Monday is going to be the determining factor on whether those movies get moved or not, because this weekend we have Shang-Chi coming out, and I already made a review. I said that movie's fantastic and y'all need to check it out, but the weekend box office numbers for Shang-Chi is going to be the determining factor for No Way Home and all these other movies. So if you're able to, check it out. Let me know what you guys think of all these delays. But stepping away from delayed movies because they come out in movie theaters, let's dive into the streaming world because Disney Plus just announced the release date for their new Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie. I honestly forgot this was a thing until I saw the poster this morning, where yes, this is the official poster for their new 3D animated Diary of a Wimpy Kid series that'll be exclusively on Disney Plus, and now it'll be coming out December 3rd of this year. We got a sneak peek of this series during their Investors Day meeting last year, where we just got snippets of footage, and I think it looks really faithful appearance-wise to the actual books, but I think animated is the way to go with this because we saw how those kids just age up and no longer look like little Diary of a Wimpy kids. Now, from what I understand, this is starting back to basics and going to adapt the first book again, so it might be a slightly similar story from the live-action version, but I'm sure they'll touch upon things that they didn't get to in that first movie. I think this is just a great stride for Disney Plus. I mean, we also have their Home Alone reboot coming out in November of this year. So a lot of great things to look forward to on Disney Plus. How are you guys feeling on this first poster for the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie, and are you looking forward to it? Diving into more streaming services taking up the spotlight from theaters here, we got the news earlier in the week that Netflix went ahead and bought the latest Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot so that they can put it on their streaming service. If you guys don't know, I've been really looking forward to this Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot because I just like seeing my old favorite horror icons coming back to the screen. And while this was meant to be a theater release, I'm guessing with the pandemic, they just did not think it was viable to do that, so they'd rather sell it to Netflix where they get a guaranteed paycheck. And I'm kind of conflicted on this because while I think it is the smart move, especially in this era of the pandemic, part of me wonders, is that the main reason? Because if you've been following my channel and some of the behind the scenes of this Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot, things have not been looking really great for it, and part of me is worried that the quality of the film is just not up to par, and they're like, yeah, we can't release this in theaters, let's dump it on Netflix. But it just feels like we're entering into an era where a lot of the horror movie icons we loved growing up are now just meant for streaming, and we could see more sequels this way because this isn't the first time Legendary and Netflix have teamed up. Netflix also went ahead and bought the movie Enola Holmes that starred Henry Cavill and Millie Bobby Brown. That was a big success for their platform, and they're planning a sequel on that movie for Netflix, so I guarantee that this movie will do well on Netflix, and that could guarantee another movie being made for their platform. And since we're on this topic of horror movies and streaming services, we also quickly got announced that the new Paranormal Activity movie, Paranormal Activity 7, will officially debut on Paramount Plus Halloween Day. Let me know how you guys are feeling on these horror movies going straight to streaming instead of theaters. Talking a little bit about the upcoming Flash movie, man, this film just continues to get stacked with characters after characters where it feels like the Flash, Barry Allen himself, is a featured star in his own damn movie. Now, if you guys have been following along with the Flash news, you know there's a lot of characters already stuffed into this movie with two different Batmans, one Ben Affleck, one Michael Keaton. Then we have Sasha Calle's Supergirl. We're even gonna have an evil Barry Allen in this movie. Well, now thanks to some new updates on the movie, it looks like they've just added a couple of more people here. One, people noticed that Gal Gadot went ahead and posted something on her social media that let it be known that she looks to be on set for the Flash movie as she was complimenting a crew worker on her flower work. And we've seen previous set photos for the Flash movie where they are going to hint to Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman because we saw her face on a bus. And the whole point of this movie is that we're going to be seeing alternate versions of the characters we know and love. So it would kind of make sense that they would show us Gal Gadot for a little bit in the movie so that when we see the alternate version of her, the audience has something to differentiate from. But I really didn't think they were going to get Gal Gadot in the movie. I thought that that bus was all we were going to get of her. Still, doesn't confirm she might be in the movie. She could be filming something different. The other character that people are noticing that just got added onto the Flash movie is Kenny Knight, who is a stunt double for Harry Lennox, has been added to the IMDb page for the Flash movie. Now, if this is correct and he's a stunt double of Harry Lennox, he's the same guy who was playing Martian Manhunter in Zack Snyder's Justice League, which could hint, are we gonna see damn Martian Manhunter in the Flash movie? This movie is so jam-packed and I don't understand what is happening, but we've heard it numerous times from different people at DC that this upcoming Flash movie is the key for how they're making all their other films. Basically, just them explaining the multiverse and how you can have some movies that are set in separate universes, some movies will be connected, others will be random, and they all technically are in the same universe because of the multiverse. But if they add in Martian Manhunter, that would kind of make Zack Snyder's Justice League canon, and that would be awesome. Because even Zack Snyder himself said that the Joss Whedon version is what Warner Bros. Considers canon. You guys hear about these characters possibly being added on to the Flash movie. How you feeling about this, man? But that is all the movie news we currently have going on right now, guys. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. It's always a pleasure when I get to geek out with y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.